Right, we're good. What's going on, Zach?
How's it going, Ricky? You all right?
Yeah, all good. What are we up to?
Literally, first episode of this podcast. How long have we been talking about this for?
Oh, 18 months, 2 years, maybe a little bit longer. Long
And then
time.
the only reason we're doing it is because of everything that's going on with the coronavirus right now, isn't it?
I know, it's mad, isn't
Otherwise,
it?
we wouldn't have done this, would we?
No, never. I've just got more free time than I've ever had, so that's why we're doing it.
So good. And how's that mic? How's the mic that I got you for
Oh,
Christmas?
the mic's good. It had to come into play, didn't it? Buzzing.
Buzzing. Right, should we just jump straight into it? Talk about UFC and all that different stuff? Or
Yeah, where should we start? I mean, I don't know. Dana White, what a savage.
man, Dana White he's a beast, isn't he? Like every promoter out there right now doesn't want to start promoting sports. The NBA's closed down, all the top sports.
The
But
world has closed
UFC, they're
down.
just powering through because of Dana.
Unbelievable. His mindset is just different than everybody else's. He powers through. I don't know how he does it, but I mean, he's going to pull it off this weekend. And when he pulls it off, I don't know. All the sports world, they've paused, haven't they? Well, Dana's just going to push through it. And the fight card he's put on is epic.
Yeah, man. And you know what I noticed before? Normally with like Tony Ferguson type fight cards or Justin Gaethje, there's not really a lot of views for their embeddeds. Like not like Conor McGregor level views where there's like millions of views, but the countdown has already got like 1.5 million views after like 4 days.
Yeah, but you think everybody is stuck in their homes. Everybody has nothing to do. They say you're only allowed out for an hour a day to exercise. There's nothing on TV. The sports world's gone. And then this weekend, the UFC is just going to blow it all back up. Everyone's going to have their eyes on it. I can't wait. I'm pumped, me. It makes me want to go. I want to go for a run right now thinking about that main event. Fucking hell.
Man, I can't wait. It's gonna be unreal. This is, besides what was it, UFC 200. This is one of the best fight cards I've ever seen ever. I mean, who have we got on it? We've got Ferguson, Gaethje. We've got Cejudo and Dominic Cruz.
Top to bottom.
Hell.
I mean, the main event in the prelims, Cowboy Pettis. I don't know. It's a fight night main event. That, not a prelims main event. And not only that, when you watch the countdown and you just, I don't know. Have you seen basically for the rooms and all the testing they're doing, and they've had to take 26 saunas out there, so everyone's got their own training facility. Have you seen all that?
No, I've not even seen that.
Think of the money that's costing the UFC and the money they're pumping into it to move the UFC over to Florida. I know they used to doing shows all around the world, but to move and have to think about everybody's safety even more than they already do, to think about everybody cutting weight in their own rooms with a sauna. I think all this hotel, what they're in Florida, I don't think there's anybody else in it apart from the UFC fighters and the UFC staff.
Fucking hell, that's mad.
And not only that, I think in the arena, they're only going to allow 2 fighters in at a time, maybe. So then before they get the next fighters in, they're going to remove these, get the next fight in, remove these, get the next fight in. And then the person that's wrapping the hands, they're going to be the cornerman as well. So they're not going to come into contact with a lot of people. So they're taking it seriously. I mean, they're a professional company, aren't they? They're a big company, and they're not going to mess about when it comes to stuff like this.
So how is it working when they go into the arena? Is it just they obviously do the walkouts and that, but are their team coming out with them, or are they just by themselves?
No, I think they've got 3 cornermen. But obviously the cornermen is the trainers and everything, so they would have been with them the whole time, wouldn't they? So they're not coming into contact with anybody new, just the 3 cornermen. I think they normally get 4, don't they? Or did they get 5 in a championship bout?
Oh, does it go up 1 when it's a championship bout?
I think so, yeah, I think so.
But what's crazy about this one is that whenever you see a UFC event, obviously the fighters can't hear the commentators unless they're like fighting somewhere like China or something like that, where the crowds are different and they're like low, they don't scream, they like to watch it.
Yeah.
With this, when someone like Joe Rogan's talking, what is it? Is it John Anik, DC, and Joe Rogan?
Yeah.
Are they the commentator team?
Yeah.
When they're talking, especially DC and Rogan, they're going to be giving tips, and those fighters are going to hear everything they're saying, so that might affect the outcome of the fight.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, you even look at the commentators with Anik, Rogan, and DC, like you said, they're all sitting on the opposite side of the octagon, so they can't even have contact or look at each other or But when they're giving advice, like you say, you've got DC, double champ. I mean, so much experience in fighting, wrestling, a lot. And what's he saying what to do? Chances are it's going to be the right thing to do. But yeah, I mean, the dynamics are going to be, it's going to be insane. You're going to hear every slap, every kick, every punch. I mean, even when someone gets hit with a big body shot, you're going to, oh, do you know what I mean? You're going to be able to hear it. It's going to be very, very intimate for the fighters and different.
I'm gutted that Khabib isn't fighting. I know this is an amazing card, but I would have loved to have seen Tony versus Khabib.
Yeah, I agree. But I don't know. How I'm looking at it is, if you don't get Tony Khabib, who do you want to fight Tony?
Justin, he's the next best in line, isn't he?
Yeah, and that's what we're getting. So, I mean, I don't know. Are we ever going to get that fight down the line? I'm not too sure.
I don't know if that's going to happen anymore. But if you were texting me before this, Masvidal and Conor might be fighting each other.
Yeah, Dana's come out and said that they don't know whether Masvidal's going to be fighting Usman, but if he doesn't fight him, then it's going to have another big fight for him. But there's not many other big fights, is there? If he doesn't get the title shot against Usman, what are the options? To me, there's only one or two, maybe. What do you think?
Yeah, one or two, man. Are we talking about the welterweights right now to fight Usman or to fight McGregor?
I mean, what would you say? I mean, he's saying if he doesn't get the fight with Usman, there's one or two fights that he could work on, sort of thing, or that would be big or bigger. Who would you say?
I'd love to see him fight Nick Diaz.
Yeah, well, that would be unbelievable. But he can't come back after all that time and just jump straight into it.
I mean, the way the UFC is going now, look at Dominic Cruz. He's fighting Henry Cejudo for the bantamweight strap on the co-main event. When's the last time you thought he lost to Cody? And that was, what, four years ago, was that?
Yeah, 3 years maybe. I've actually got a couple of notes here. I think it was about 1,500 days from when he gets in the octagon from when he lost against Cody.
Wow, that is... And then do you know the time he spent away from the octagon when he came back and he fought TJ Dillashaw and beat him?
No, but this is what Cruz does. I mean, you look at Cruz's record, 22 and 2 losses, but he was the first bantamweight champ. He's done it all, and he's beat everybody. He's lost twice, once to Uriah Faber, and that was in WEC days. And then he got guillotined, but he went back and he beat Uriah Faber another 2 times. The other time he lost, I mean, Cody Garbrandt pieced him up and he blitzed him for 25 minutes. But that's what he does. He comes back and there's nobody like Dominic Cruz. Well, listen, let's not get too far into the main card. Should we start at the bottom?
Let's do it, man. Let's do it. Do you want me to share my screen so we can get going with this?
Yeah, let's go. So it's on BT Sports at 1 o'clock in the morning. You know what we'd normally be doing?
Yeah, we normally be on the Vodka Red Bulls. There we go, early prelims. Right. You know what? I'm gutted because if this wasn't happening right now with obviously what's going on in the world right now, we'd be getting drunk watching this together. We'd be on the Vodka Red Bulls, getting on the steam train, just watching it all, talking shit.
What's your plans? Are you gonna get up and watch it, or what's your plans?
I might stay up for it, you know. I might stay up for it. It's such a good card. Do you know what I mean? It's such a good card. But let's go through them. Sam Alvey versus Ryan Spann.
I mean, decent fight to start us off. Sam Alvey bangs, done it. It should be a good starter fight, but I don't think a lot of people will be watching at this point. So this is for the ESPN Plus.
Yeah.
And the Fight Pass for the people in United Kingdom, I think.
Do you not think there'll be a lot of people watching it at this point?
The hardcores will be.
See, what's weird about this one is that there's no other live sports. So will this be the highest bought pay-per-view in UFC history? Or will it not reach that level? Like, do you think it'll go over 1 million buys? Because now with the ESPN deal and everything, we can't view those stats, can we? We don't know how many pay-per-view buys there are. Which is annoying, man.
Yeah, it is. I mean, we're lucky we don't have to buy the pay-per-view, but for the Americans, I mean, they're in a bad place at the minute, so I don't really thought everybody's going to go and buy the pay-per-view. I suppose it depends on how good the prelims are and what the last fight is on the prelims, whether they're going to go and press that button on the TV remote and buy it.
I mean, what else are they going to do? They're either going to watch a movie and stay in and watch a live sporting event.
Yeah.
I reckon it still do amazing for the pay-per-view numbers.
Yeah, it should do, shouldn't it? It should do 1 million, fingers crossed for him.
So who you got, Ryan Spann or Sam Alvey?
I mean, he's got a good height, hasn't he? 6'5" for Span. I don't know. I like Alvey, me. I always like Alvey's game, and he's a banger.
Yeah.
He likes a good scrap, so I'm going with Alvey on that one.
Yeah, same here, man.
What have we got next?
Let's have a little look. All right, got Mitchell versus Rosa.
And Mitchell got the twisted, didn't he, in his last fight?
Yeah.
Was it the first ever twisted in the UFC, that one?
I think it was. Yeah.
He was in the Ultimate Fighter, wasn't he?
Was he in the Ultimate Fighter?
Yeah, he was in the Ultimate Fighter a couple of years back. His game, innit? His game, he's got a good ground game.
So he's not a KO artist at all. He's just all submissions. Is he like the next Damian Maia?
Yeah, I mean, there's a good chance of it. He's good off his back for sure, and he's got some decent subs up his sleeve when he's pulling twisters out in the UFC.
Shit, man. And what about Rosa? I don't know much about these two.
I'm the same. I don't know too much about Rosa. I just know that Bryce Mitchell's a decent opponent. He's got a good ground game. I'll go with Bryce Mitchell. Obviously, I don't know too much about Rosa.
Man, you know what I'm going to do right now? I'm going to make a list of all our picks that we're going to make so we can do an accumulator at the end of this.
Let's do it.
So we got Bryce. So we said Sam Alvey.
Yeah.
The first one, and then Mitchell.
Yeah.
Imagine that comes through and we get all of these. Right, Luque versus Price. He's a beast. He just comes to fight, doesn't he?
Yeah, they're both good. I mean, you look when Vicente Luque fought Mike Perry and he pieced him up. There's not many people that can take the damage like Mike Perry did. But he's good, technically good kickboxing, very, very good fighter.
And I also think Luque, I mean, if he keeps going the way he's going, how he fought Mike Perry, he could be a contender.
Yeah, he could. I mean, what's his record? Go up, let's see.
He is 17-7-1.
Yeah, I mean, he's lost a few, but he's also won a few, so he's a good fighter, and he just needs to get on a good run. This is probably an important fight for him. He needs to... Nico Price, so he's game opponent.
Who's that fight against?
I can't remember, but I know he's a scrapper. For sure.
Isn't he? That's just going to be that might be fight of the night, you know.
Yeah, I mean, there's a good chance of it. There's a few in there though that can be fight of the night here. Jesus, Dana's going to be skin and fuming after he's chucking 50 grams out here, there, and everywhere.
Man, Ferguson and Gaethje, 100% that's going to be fight of the night.
Yeah, it's got to be on it. Right, let's get into the prelims. Let's go.
All right, we got Hall versus Jacare.
I mean, we'll start with Uriah Hall. Do you remember back when he was in Tough and he was spinning heel, kicking everybody, was knocking? He was like the monster. Everybody was scared of him.
He was the next Anderson Silva, wasn't
he? Yeah, that's what they was trying to build him up to be. But he's sort of he's never got on that good run, has he?
I know, man. Since what did he fight Kelvin Gastelum in the final of Tough and he lost by decision? Was that?
Yeah, Gastelum just mauled him, didn't he, on the floor, took him down.
And ever since then, he's never really found his rhythm. I mean, Dana White's come out and said multiple times he doesn't think he's a fighter because he doesn't have like that killer instinct. It's that
mindset and mentality, innit? I mean, he's on a 2-fight winning streak. I mean, if he beats Jacare, you've got a good opponent there, haven't you, to beat and to take a 3-fight winning streak into. So I don't know.
I'd say back in the day, Jacare for me was one of the best middleweights in the world. But recently, he's just not been doing so well, has he? Who did he lose to? Kelvin Gastelum.
Yeah,
who else has he lost to?
He's lost. I think he's lost his last 2.
He's just not doing well. He's kind of like gone down the same route as Chris Weidman. Like he's a sick fighter, but he's just not finding his rhythm anymore. It's like he's lost his confidence. Yeah, I mean, it's tough as a cage fighter. You get in that cage and you're unbeaten, and then you get KO'd in front of the world.
Yeah.
Imagine how much that knocks down your confidence.
Yeah, 100%. But the way I'm looking at this is Uriah Hall. He's got to win this fight. If he doesn't win this fight, he's sort of just going to be a gatekeeper for the top 15, innit?
Yeah.
So people are going to have to get through him to go into the top 15. And Jacare, I think if he doesn't pull it out of the bag and get a win here, I can see him moving up to 205, you know.
What, Jacare?
Yeah.
I mean, I think this is a massive step up in competition for Hall. Massive.
It is.
Jacare is a real middleweight.
Yeah, he is. Jacare needs to take it to the ground, no doubt about it. And if do you know what? If he takes it to the ground, it should be easy pickings for him.
It should be, man. I'm just trying to look for his takedown defense. See,
Should
that's
be
the
easy
thing, man.
pickings.
So he's got good defense. He does have good defense, but if Jacare gets you to the ground, he's like Damian Maia on the ground. He's just going to submit you.
Yeah, and he's strong and tough, and he won't stop. But do you know what? It's like anything. If Uriah Hall just catches him with the half-decent kick, or he just spins, elbow, anything, if he catches him and wobbles him, because I think that's what happened in the Kelvin Gastelum fight. He hit him and he wobbled him, and he never recovered, and he never come back from it.
Yeah.
And that's how he ended up getting the finish. So this one should be interesting. And to start the prelims off, it's a damn good fight.
I think back in the day, I would have said Jacare, but the way he's going at the moment, I'm going to have to give it to Hall. I think Hall's going to beat him. TKO, 3rd round.
I'm going Jacare.
Jacare? All right.
Jacare. I think Jacare will sub in round 2.
I'm going Hall, you're going Jacare. Also, we didn't make our picks for Vincent Luque versus Price. Who do you reckon? I'm going Luque, mate.
Yeah, I'm going with Luque.
Yeah.
Definitely. And then what's the next bout? You're looking at strawweight. Carla Esparza, the first woman strawweight champion. Yeah. And Michelle the Cry Hardy Watson. What do we think is going to play out here?
I'm thinking they're fucking tiny. Carla Esparza's 5'1".
Similar
fucking
to you, bro.
I thought I was small. 5'1". Fucking hell, man. 115 pounds. That's the weight class I'd be in. What weight class would you be?
Oh, I'd be super heavyweight. super sumo weight.
Fucking hell, man. 5'1", but yeah, I mean, I don't know. Carla Esparza's the wrestler. What's Waterson's takedown defense like? I feel like always when you're fighting a wrestler, it always comes down to how good their defense is against the wrestler.
Yes, it's another one of those fights, isn't it? I mean, when you look at Uriah Hall and Jacare, it's a similar fight. Watson, I think Watson's got good kicks. I mean, she'll kick your head off, no problem at all. It's just, is she going to throw these kicks, and is she going to feel as comfortable to throw them when she knows that Carla Esparza is just going to ankle pick her and take her down, or catch the kick and then take her down? And she is good. She's good on the ground. I mean, she fought Rose Namajunas in the final. The tough final, that is. And
yeah, of course, yeah.
And she just, I mean, Rose is good, isn't she? She can grapple all day, but she struggled to defend the takedown and to get Carla Esparza off her. So it's another one of them. It's another one of them interesting fights. It's either going to be they stand up, they crack for a bit. But I think Michelle Watson, she's got good ground game as well. She's pretty dangerous in the guard, so it's another interesting one. Who are you going to go with on this one?
I'm going to go with Carla Esparza. What about you?
I'm torn between these two.
It's a big fight, isn't
it? I'm going to go with Watson, head kick.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like Esparza, she's just a tank, man. She just keeps on coming forward, goes to that wrestling. Like when she fought Rose, was it in the tough finale, did you say?
Yeah.
Rose was on track to becoming the UFC's youngest champion ahead of John Jones.
Yeah,
but then Rose lost that fight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, that was unbelievable, wasn't it? But, and also, sorry to interrupt, what you've got to remember is Carla Esparza, once she fought a good striker that was an experienced striker, like Joanna Jędrzejczyk, she got pieced up. That's
true. But her striking's improved since then, hasn't it? It's got to have.
Yeah, it'll be interesting, but I'm going Watson, head kick knockout.
But would you say Waterson has got better striking than Joanna? And she didn't even knock her out? Oh, wait, no. She did. Yeah, didn't she?
No, but I just think Watson... I mean, she's short, like you said at the beginning. Carla Esparza, she's only short, so once she...
Same size as me, yeah.
Yeah, if Michelle Watson can get that distance going and she can find the head kick, I mean, I'm sure she'll be able to land it.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's stacked now. That weight class is stacked. You've got you've got the champ. By the way, that rematch needs to happen. Is that happening or not? Is that
yeah. Rose should have been on this one.
Oh shit! Yeah, she should have. Shouldn't she?
Rose should have been on this one. Yeah, yeah.
Because of personal stuff.
But yeah, I'm going with Watson on this.
I'm gonna go. I've got to go with Sparza. I'm just writing down the picks.
Oh,
I
yeah.
want to know what the accumulator says for this. You know.
Oh, it's going to be mega, isn't it? It'll be 50 grand.
Man, I never know how to pronounce this next guy's name. So Verdum is fighting Olenek. Is that how you say it?
Alexei Olenek.
Yeah. What are you saying for this?
What am I saying for this?
Fucking hell, Verdum's back. That's what I'm saying. Verdum is back. I'm excited to see him fight. It's been ages.
Yeah, I mean, he got suspended for 2 years, didn't he? Flagged with the drugs testing scheme, but I don't know. It's a funny one because he didn't look that good in his last fight. And what was his last fight? March 2018, UFC London against Volkov. And I don't know. In that fight, for me, he didn't look himself. I mean, he's known for his grappling and he's known for submitting guys. But when he started training with Rafael Cordero, he put striking into his game. He knocked Mark Hunt out with a good knee. And he started to be dangerous. But in his last fight, he just looked a bit lackadaisical. He was leaving his chin out. He wasn't doing what he'd normally do. But this is a good fight. And that Olenek, have you seen how many fights this guy's had?
Fucking hell.
72 fights.
Oh, my God.
He's had 72 fights. He's got 58 wins. And he's got some pretty big wins as well. He beat Mark Hunt. Who's the other guy he beat? Travis Brown. He beat Travis Brown. So he's got some good wins. So
that'll be an interesting fight, that.
Yeah, it will be an interesting fight.
The crazy thing is with people who are like wrestlers or submission artists, I've noticed, and Joe Rogan says this as well, people like Dana White say it as well, is that same thing happens with Ronda Rousey. They get a little bit better with their striking and maybe they knock someone out who isn't really a striker and then they think they can stand and bang with the best strikers in the world.
It's confidence, in it. They get too confident.
And then they forget about what they should be doing, which is what they're best at.
Well, you look at Stipe when he rushed in. There was 40,000 people in Brazil watching, and he rushed in against Stipe, and Stipe just clipped him on the chin, and he was gone with it. Felt like a sack of spuds. Yeah. But do you know what? I'd like to see these two grapple.
That'd be interesting, man.
Yeah, because Olenek, he's got that Ezekiel choke, and I tell you, if he can pull that off on Verdum, then that's some achievement, because Verdum's never been subbed.
I mean, this will be an interesting fight. I think if it's going to finish anywhere, it'll be on the ground. It'll be a submission.
Yeah, I mean, fingers crossed. I want to see him on the ground. But you know what? We'll see how it plays out. Hopefully, they get a few fisticuffs going first, and then it ends up on the ground. But I don't see him submitting Verdum. If anything, I see Verdum submitting him.
But the thing is, Verdum going to come into this rusty? Because as you say, his last fight was 2 years ago.
Yeah, but to be honest, when you watch Olenek fight, he looks rustier than a 40-year-old male to me. He just doesn't. Do you know what I mean? He just doesn't look like a fighter when he's fighting. He looks like he's just having a bar fight to me, but he's just got insane grappling.
It's weird watching. Like when I first started watching the UFC, one of the biggest, most well-known fighters was Matt Brown. And he was coming in, he was fighting people like Carlos Condit, like Johnny Hendricks. And I thought he was like a slick fighter. But then in Matt Brown's last fight, he came in and it looked like he was having a bar fight. He looked like lanky and stuff. But then you see the fighters of today, like how much MMA has evolved in a few short years. So imagine Olenek against someone like Stipe now. I just feel like Stipe would demolish him. I don't think he'd have a chance against someone like the elite of the division.
No.
Like DC's so technical. He's so fast with his hands, and he's got a good wrestling base.
Yeah. You know and to be honest, Olenik's at least, 79 years old as well. And Verdum's getting on, isn't it?
I'm going to go with Verdum. Who you got?
Yeah, I think Verdum.
I
think Verdum, yeah.
Written down. Right, next fight, man, is the last one on the prelims.
Big fight, this one.
Pettis versus Cerrone. I mean,
do you want to start with? Cerrone.
I can't
start with Cerrone.
I can't believe this is on the prelims. I mean, Cerrone, he's what? Does he fight every other weekend at least?
Yeah.
He just fought Conor McGregor. He got finished in the first round. Fight before that, Justin Gaethje. I mean, I just feel like he goes on these runs of doing amazing, and then he just does shit. I feel like if he loses this one, he's got to hang up the gloves.
Yeah, but have you seen the recent interview that come out?
No,
When
what was it?
he was talking about the Conor fight with Brett Okamoto, and he was saying for some reason Cowboy didn't turn up, the wrong man turned up, Donald turned up, and he just wasn't feeling it, and he just didn't want to be there. And for me, I think the reason Cowboy fights so much is because he stays in that floor and he just wants to keep fighting, so he can't think about it too much. He's not having loads of time off and then starting another training camp. He's just rolling every training camp into one. But for me, this is going to be interesting for Cerrone with no crowd. I think that's going to play a major part. Is he going to? I don't know. Is he going to feel more comfortable because there's not thousands of people there watching him? He's just going to get to the arena, warm up. They said they've got 45 minutes to warm up and get their hands wrapped. Get out, have your scrap, and get removed from the stadium. It might suit him down to a T. And I think with it being 170 pounds, I think that's going to suit Cerrone more than Pettis, to be honest.
No, but then you look at Pettis' fight against Wonder Boy, and he finished him.
Yeah, he did.
You just don't know. The weight people like mention, I feel like he'll be better at this weight class, but sometimes they look good, sometimes they look shit. He didn't look good in his last fight, but Cerrone's one of those fighters. He's a slow starter.
Yeah, he is.
He's a slow starter. I always said this. I feel like when he fought McGregor, it went into the later rounds, he would have beat him just on cardio alone. Because he just builds momentum and he gets into it. Yeah, so I feel like with this, the longer it goes, it's in Cerrone's favour. But the earlier it goes, because Pettis is a fast starter, he could finish him with another body kick like last time.
Yeah, I mean, they fought before, haven't they? And Pettis won by a body kick. He finished him by. But everyone knows if he's weak to the body, Cerrone. And one of the reasons I think he's weak to the body is I don't think he should have ever been fighting at 155 pounds. Don't get me wrong, he's skinny and he makes the weight and everything, but I don't think it's done him good after all these years making weight at 155 pounds. I just don't think it's done him any favours. But another thing with this fight, for me, I think they're both at the exact same position in their careers. They've both fought with the WEC. They've both been fighting a long, long time. They've both had good careers. Pettis has been a champion, defended the title, won the title. Cerrone, he had 2 title shots. So they both, it's a strange fight because they are both, and it doesn't really happen this, but they're both in the exact same position in their careers. Because what's after this for either of them? Like, for the winner of this, what's the next fight?
I mean, just based on the names alone, the way the UFC is going nowadays, if they just pluck a couple of wins together, they could get a title shot. I know it doesn't seem like it now, but because of the names are so big, like if Pettis knocks out Cerrone and then he fights, who could he fight next? Imagine he fights Masvidal at welterweight and then knocks him out. You're talking about him being one of the best in the world, then he'll fight for the title, Usman. Imagine he beats it. MMA's weird. Like, all you need is one good performance, and then everyone starts jumping on the bandwagon, talking about how good you are.
Oh, I agree. But with these, I think they both had the runs already. I mean, you look at Cowboy's last 3 fights. He's been finished 3 times. Conor McGregor first round, Justin Gaethje first round, Tony Ferguson second round. Do you know what I mean? He's like, they're not pulling good runs. And you know what? You talk about Anthony Pettis and what he did to Wonderboy, but he's lost 3 of his last 4 fights.
I know. I feel like Pettis just wants the paycheck now. He's not really bothered about legacy or anything like that. He's just going in there just to fight.
So he should, though. So he should. He's had a good career, hasn't he? He should be getting...
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's being champ. He was dominant when he was champ. It's just... Pettis loses against a certain type of fighter, people who pressure him.
Yeah, don't like
he
him,
needs
does it?
Space to throw his kicks, doesn't he?
But where do you see this fight going?
I think if Cerrone pressures him, Pettis will back up against the cage and Cerrone will finish him TKO if around the second round, third round.
He's tough, though, isn't he, to finish Pettis?
I mean, he is, man, but...
I'd say, I mean, when you look at his fight with Tony Ferguson, the only reason he stopped is because he broke was it his hand or his wrist?
Yeah, something like that. The doctor stopped it, didn't they?
But that's the only reason he stopped. Do you not remember when he was on top of Ferguson, looking up at the crowd with his tongue out, like, yes!
I was fucking...
Like, bleeding, blood coming down his face. And he's game, Anthony Pettis, once he gets going. But yeah. Cerrone's... I mean, don't get me wrong, the fighters, and they're on a different level compared to 99% of the planet. But I think Cerrone's got more cut in him than Pettis has.
Oh, do you reckon?
Yeah, I do.
Are you saying that based off the McGregor fight alone, or are you
No,
saying
no, I don't know. I'm just saying it in general, and I just the way some of his fights have ended. When you think of, I mean, even do you remember when he had the title shot against Dos Anjos, and I think he got finished with body shots again. He's just, I don't know. They're both at the end of their careers. I only see him fighting for another 2-3 years maybe. But I did read a little article, and they reckon this is the winner of this might fight Dan Hardy for Dan Hardy's return. What do you think of that? Yeah, what do you think of that?
Oh my God, I want to see Dan Hardy fight so badly. I used to be such a big fan of Dan Hardy. His breakdowns are unbelievable. There's no one else like him, but I'd love to see him fight again. Get that red mohawk back out and start fighting again.
Yeah, well, I've seen a picture the other day, and his mohawk's growing, that's for sure.
Oh, is he growing it again?
He looks like it, yeah.
Growing it?
Yeah, it looks like
That'd be incredible. I prefer him to fight Cerrone than Pettis. I feel like Pettis would be too technical for Dan Hardy. I don't know. Whereas I feel like with Cerrone, they just stand and bang in the centre.
Who knows? But whoever the winner is out of this, it'd be a good fight for Dan Hardy, that's for sure.
Yeah. For me, for these two, I feel like Cerrone has something to prove. I'm going to go with Cerrone.
I'm going to go Pettis.
Cerrone, Pettis. All right, sweet. Right, got it written down. Let's go. So now we're officially starting the main card.
Main card, 3 o'clock in the morning, BT Sports.
We're on the steam train at this point.
Heavyweight fight. Yes.
Fucking hell, look. These two.
Look at the bellies.
Fucking huge, aren't they?
Yeah, they are the big guys. Let's start with Greg Hardy. Last fight, he fought Alexander Volkov in Russia, I think. Was he in Russia, that one?
I think it was, yeah.
And to be honest, to fight that caliber of opponent, and I mean, he lost by decision, didn't he? But he got 15 minutes in there with Volkov, which has probably done him a world of good because he's seen that class and that quality now, where he needs to be and what he needs to do. But he's a committed fighter. I think did he play in the NFL?
I think so, yeah.
He did, didn't he? He played in the NFL. But another thing is, when I've looked him up before, is he's committed. He seems committed to the game, to the fight game, and he's a sportsman, he's an athlete, he knows how to recover, he knows how to prepare himself for sports. He was even living in the dorms at ATT.
Holy shit, really?
Yeah, I think so, up until recently as well.
Wow.
Yeah, so he's committed, isn't he?
The Volkov fight, I honestly thought Greg Hardy was going to go in there and just try and knock his head off, but he was technical, man.
Yeah, he was technical.
It's weird when you see someone who's usually like a brawler fight someone who's technical. You think they're just going to go in there and just brawl and just kick their heads off, whatever the fucking is. Whereas with Greg Hardy, he fought Volkov and he was proper technical. Like, he's got good striking. It's just he's got that power as well. It just needs one punch, just like De Castro does.
Yeah, well, it's an opportunity for him as well, isn't it, to get a good win against an undefeated fighter. By the way, did you see De Castro's last KO?
No, I didn't see it.
Oh my God!
He got to get it up.
Killed the man. He killed him.
Did he?
Oh my God! I don't know. Can get it up or not?
I was thinking then, if I get it up, this might get flagged, and then this.
Don't worry. But I'm telling you, oh my God, he's got some power. I tell you that. I mean, they've all got power at heavyweight. I don't know. He's only
just thrown him in there against Greg Hardy just for Greg Hardy to get a win.
No, not necessarily. It's one of them fights that could go either way, I think, because they're both knockout artists, aren't they? But honestly, that De Castro, he's good and he's got some banging power as well.
Holy shit. Is this his first fight in the UFC, De Castro?
No, I think he's had 2 or 3 in the UFC. Oh, it might have been his debut last fight, but he's got a serious knockout.
Can't wait. But I think I'm going to go with Greg Hardy. I think he's going to knock him out.
I mean, no, I'm going De Castro, me.
You're going De Castro?
Yeah, with a shot KO.
Why are you saying De Castro?
Just because I think if he lands and Greg Hardy's chin's up in the air, he's going to be KO'd on the floor.
Shit, man.
I mean, Greg Hardy should win because he's been training with a good camp. He's putting the time in, and now he's getting quite far into his UFC career now. So we'll see. We'll see.
I mean, the only reason I'm going with Greg Hardy here is because I don't really know much about De Castro, and Greg Hardy's the name. When you know someone's name, you automatically assume they're going to win when you don't know the other name.
Yeah, you do.
That's why I'm picking Greg Hardy. But these two guys are massive. I mean, De Castro looks a little bit like DC, doesn't
he? Yeah, he does. He does. He's got that fried chicken belly.
Right, are we going to the next fight?
Yeah.
Oh my God, Stevens versus Qatar.
First of all,
I can't wait for this fight.
Stevens missed weight today.
By how many pounds was it?
1 or 2, but what's your take from that? Anything?
I mean, you could say with everything that's going on right now, it was expected that someone was going to miss weight. But is his head in the right place? You know what I mean? Is that going to affect how he fights? I don't know. I don't think it will do.
See, I think Stevens' head's always in the right place. He's game, innit?
You know what? You look like Stevens, you know.
Nah, he's not this good looking.
You've got the exact same beard.
No.
Honestly, God, you look like Stevens.
Fuck off.
He's honest to God, you look like him. I swear to God, you look like brothers.
Yeah, but you look like you want on J-check.
You're never going to take the belt from me.
Yeah. God, come on, man. I don't look like him.
When Qatar fought, who was it? Zabit. Oh my God. He looks so fucking good. It's just Zabit's on a whole other level. I think Qatar's going to beat Stevens.
Yeah, but you know what? You say that. I think if that was a 3-round fight, right?
Yeah.
If that was a 5-round fight, I think Calvin Qatar was coming back in that.
You think the momentum was shifting?
Yeah. Oh, the momentum was shifting big time. I think. But do you know what? I think we might, when we get to the end of the 15 minutes in this one, we're going to look back and think, oh, this should have been like a main event.
That's the thing, isn't it? You just never know.
You know, like on a fight night card, this should have been a main event with 5 rounds because we want to see more after he's been banging it out, I tell you.
That's the thing with 3-round fights. There's some of those finish and it just leaves a bad taste in your mouth because you think if it went 5 rounds, the other guy would have won.
Yeah, 100%. But it's a good fight.
This is a 3-rounder. Do you know what I'm saying? And I think based on 3 rounds, I think Qatar's going to beat him.
I think the problems Jeremy Stevens got is he's very aggressive and he don't mind getting punched. And he walks into things and he's just, when you watch him, he's walking his opponents down and he's not looking left and right or looking for space. He's just hunting you down. And Calvin Qatar, he's got some slick boxing. He's got some good finishes in his UFC career. And I'd say he's on the way up. I mean, look at his record. He's on 20 wins already and he's pretty early in his career, I'd say.
How long has he been in the UFC for, Qatar?
I'd say maybe 3 years.
Fuck me.
Yeah.
He wins this, he's right in there.
Yeah, he is. I mean, like I said, I think he'd have beat Zabit. Wow, I'll try and say that.
Had the beard, have you?
Not yet. But I think if it was 5 rounds, he would have beat Zabit. Try that.
If it was 5 rounds, he wouldn't beat Zabit.
Yeah. He's got it.
I think Qatar's going to beat him. I honestly do. But I think with Zabit, he's so fucking good. But I don't. Is cardio an issue for him? Do you reckon?
For
Zabit.
I mean, why are we talking about Zabit?
Because it's his last supper. Fuck you.
I think
Zabit's going to be the next champ if he improves his cardio, and I think he's going to stay at the top.
Yeah, but have you seen the size of him? How's he making featherweight, 145 pounds? He's a monster. Yeah, and like he doesn't look healthy, does he? Even on fight night after he's cut weight, a lot of them they don't look good after they've cut weight. But even when he stands in the hot seat, he looks skinny.
Imagine him at lightweight then at his natural weight class. But that's what Conor McGregor did. He did it first at featherweight because he was the bigger guy, and then he moved up.
Yeah, 100%.
Now he's free and fighting it at welterweight.
Yeah, 100%. But fingers crossed, Zabit gets a good fight. But back onto these two, I think Calvin Qatar's going to win. I think it'll be a banging fight. It's going to be back and forth. I can see Stevens hunting him down. But I just think Stevens, he walks into a lot and he's just because he's so game, he just wants to get into it, doesn't he? So I'm going to go Calvin Qatar. I don't know if there's going to be a finish because I think both of these, it takes a lot for him to be finished. So I think you're probably looking at Calvin Kattar decision, but we're probably going to be a little bit gutted that it's finished.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are you saying?
I mean, that's a perfect way of putting it. I agree completely. Qatar could have gone 5 rounds. Qatar decision.
Yeah, you're jotting it down on our sheet.
Yeah, got it all down there. Right. Cannot wait for this fight.
Getting to the big boys. Jairzinho Rosenstrike.
Ooh.
Fucking hell, I'll be next to Rogan soon, mate.
I know, yeah.
I'll be on stage at the weigh-ins.
250 pounds. That's
Jeez,
fucking
it's
mad.
my weight division.
Your weight. You be fighting Francis Ngannou.
I think I weighed myself the other day and I think it was 215 pounds.
215. So you'd cut weight to light heavyweight, wouldn't you?
Yeah, let's not talk about that, brother.
He's 10-0 unbeaten. Who's he last fought?
Overeem. Not remember Overeem's lip? Was it his bottom or top lip? Oh my God.
Overeem was winning that fight. He was winning that fight. It came to that final round and he got caught, didn't he?
Yeah, it did. I think Rosenstrike just knew he had to get a finish. And when he felt the momentum shift, he just put it on Overeem, didn't he? And Overeem just couldn't get out of the way and he ended up getting banged.
Yeah. I think Ngannou's too technical for him. I really do.
I don't know, me. I'm not. I think this could go either way, me. I'm looking at this. Rosenstrike, I think he's got good kickboxing, you know. He's got better kickboxing than a lot of fighters that Francis Ngannou has fought. But then you look at Francis Ngannou and who he has fought. He's fought Stipe for the title. He's been in the big fights. But I still think we've seen the heavyweight fights before with Francis Ngannou. Who was the other guy he fought? Derek Lewis. And they just stood there for 15 minutes staring at each other. I just thought we don't get another fight like that.
Stipe, so his head wasn't in the right place. And then he's come back and who did he fight? Who did he fight after that? Was it
Cain Velasquez?
And he finished him first round. Like Francis is a beast.
Yeah, he is.
If he TKO'd or KO'd Stipe when they fought, everyone would be saying he's the best heavyweight to ever walk.
Yeah, no, 100%. Francis Ngannou, I think he's got 3 first-round finishes in his last 3 fights. And then Rosenstrike, he's fought a lot, you know. He's fought 4 times since February 2019. And he's got 4 KOs. So he's active and he's a game opponent. And let's be honest, they're both heavyweights, so they can both bang. If one of them lands, it's game over. I just thought we see a knockout in this one.
I mean, the thing is with this, anyone in the heavyweight division could get knocked out at any point. That's the thing, because they're so big. It's your weight class. They're so
Fuck you!
They could just knock each other out at any point, unless they've got a wrestling base like someone like DC.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It makes a big difference having that wrestling base. And these two aren't going to wrestle each other, are they? They're going to stand and bang. They're going to fight each other. So I think Ngannou's going to finish him. I think he's going to knock him out.
Ngannou KO?
Ngannou KO first round.
First round. I don't know. It's an add-on for me, this, because I think we can also see them stare at each other. Don't forget, there's no crowd, and there's no crowd roaring, like 10,000 people, 15,000 people roaring for a knockout. There's going to be no one. It's just them two staring at each other, knowing that once one of them touches the chin, they're goners, and it's lights out.
See, I even think there's even more pressure because there's no crowd there, because this is unprecedented.
Yeah.
Apart from the last card with Kevin Lee, I mean, this is going to have so many eyeballs on it. One of the best cards in UFC history, and 2 heavyweights like these two sluggers are going to be in the cage with no crowd. And you've got Joe Rogan on one side, Anik on the other, DC on the other. The hearts are going to be pounding more so than if there was a crowd there, I feel.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned UFC history. Don't forget UFC history. This is going to go down in history, this event, isn't it?
100%.
For the first sporting event to take place after all this, what's been going on with the pandemic and what have you. But I just hope there's a knockout. I just hope we're not watching the referee raise somebody's hand by decision.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I don't want it to be like Ngannou's fight against Derek Lewis. I don't think it'll be like that. I think they're going to go in there. They know the platform that they're on. They know how many eyeballs are going to be watching this, and they've got to make it happen, don't they?
Yeah, 100%. So you going Ngannou?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Ngannou. I think Rosenstrike, is that how you say it?
That's the one.
I think he's going to come in and try and make a statement, and Ngannou's going to counter him and knock him out.
I'll go with Rosenstrike.
All right. Ngannou,
Look
why?
at his record, 10-0. I can see him going 11-0. Maybe getting a title shot straight after this. Maybe even fighting Stipe or DC first. Who knows?
I mean, fuck me, that'd be insane.
Yeah, we'll just see with that one, but it should be a banger.
I don't see DC fighting though after he fought Stipe, do you?
No, but with the matchmaking and everything that's going on, it's hard to tell what's going to happen next, isn't it?
True. Right, Henry Cejudo versus Dominic Cruz. Oh my God, what a fight! If Cruz comes into this with no ring rust, which he says he doesn't get, then we're in for one of the best fights ever, I feel.
I mean, first of all, just tell me what you think of the matchup and how it's fell together. I
mean, it's going to be interesting, man. I feel like Henry Cejudo is one of those people who has that wrestling base. Obviously, gold Olympian, yeah, as a wrestler. But he's been in the UFC knocking people out with his hands. But now he's fighting a real striker in Dominic Cruz. I feel like he's going to try and stand and bang with him. And Cruz is just going to pick him apart. Then Cejudo is going to go back to his wrestling, but it's going to be too little too late. Because Dominic Cruz's takedown defense is unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable. So if Cruz comes into this, the Cruz that we know, the Cruz that beat TJ Dillashaw, that beat Uriah Faber, that beat Demetrius Johnson back in the day, if that Cruz comes into this, he'll wipe the floor with Cejudo.
Yeah, I think it's interesting because you look at Cejudo, he's so confident. The people say that he saved the flyweight division and he beat Demetrius Johnson. But also Demetrius Johnson finished him with a body shot. But you look at his run, he got the belt, he saved the division. He brought TJ down, he finished TJ. Although I don't think TJ Dillashaw was, I think it would have been a different fight at bantamweight at 135 pounds. But then Henry Cejudo steps up, goes to bantamweight, fights a scary, scary number one contender who just knocks people out for fun in Marlon Moraes.
Can we just talk about that fight, Marlon Moraes versus Cejudo? Fuck me. So he was picking him apart. Cejudo was getting battered in that fight.
Yeah,
and then out of nowhere, he starts putting him in this clinch, kneeing him, and he just finds that second tank, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. I mean,
that's the mindset we were talking about. It comes out, so that could play a factor in this.
Yeah, mindset's a big thing, but my thing is Cejudo's never, ever, ever fought anybody like Dominic Cruz because there is nobody else like Dominic Cruz in MMA. He skips around, he jumps around, he's finding space, he'll pick you off, he'll wait for you to swing, and he's got this weird footwork that he does. I mean, do you know he sells footwork seminars on Instagram?
You're joking, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he sells footwork.
Have you been watching them? You've been buying them?
No, but you should buy them and birthday's coming up, so maybe it's a good present for you to get.
I get some for you.
I'm only joking, don't get me that, fucking hell. But I just think Cruz is different and he's the decision machine. So I can just see him. I can see Cejudo getting frustrated. I think it might take him 3 rounds to think, oh shit, like I need to get into this. And before you know it, he's 3 rounds down and Dominic Cruz has only just started sweating after 3 rounds because that's what he does. He's used to it.
Yeah, it's interesting. So go on.
And like you said, he's got good wrestling as well. So it's not like he's fighting somebody with no wrestling. Dominic Cruz, he's wrestled with the best of them and he's got good wrestling.
He does. He's got amazing takedown defense. He's rapid. And even though Cejudo's coming up, like this isn't his natural weight class. He's coming up basically. I know he's the champ, but this isn't his natural weight class. Yeah. I feel Cruz is the faster fighter.
Yeah. And the length going to make a difference. I know he's only, say, 4 inches taller or what have you, but I mean, 4 inches taller and a 4-inch reach advantage, is it? What is it?
Yeah, 4 inch, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that could play a factor because Cejudo is short and stocky. He's got good balance and he can take the fight wherever he wants to take it. But when you look at Cejudo's last fight and he come out against Marlon Moraes, and he's got this like karate stance, similar to how McGregor comes out. He's got this karate stance that he's trying to get his timing and trying to judge and see what's going on. You can't get timing with Dominic Cruz. He cannot get it.
He's just he doesn't even know what he's going to do. He just does it.
He's just got this rhythm and this cycle where he's untouchable. I think it's going to be one of them fights where Cejudo gets frustrated. He can't touch him, and the next minute he's looking at Dominic Cruz get the belt strapped around him.
Yeah, you know what? I think it's going to go the exact same way. I think Cruz is going to beat him. Cejudo's going to try and knock his head off.
Yeah.
And he's just not going to catch him. Cruz is too quick. He's too fast.
Yeah, he is. And you look at Cruz's experience. He's the first bantamweight champion in UFC history. Or was he the bantamweight champion for the WEC as well?
Yeah, WEC, yeah.
See, you look at how long he's been doing it for. I tell you, I'm not betting against Dominic Cruz. And I know he's been out for a long time, hasn't he? 1,400 days, 1,500 days till he gets in the octagon.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He did that against Dillashaw and beat him by split decision.
Yeah, he did. And
he's got a rock solid mindset. That's what normally I'd say when it's two fighters this close. I'd say, oh, look at their mindset. That will be the deciding factor. But you look at Cejudo versus Moraes. Like Cejudo was losing that fight, and then out of nowhere he pulls out the bag, and he showed everyone that he belonged in that division. Became champ.
Yeah, did.
And then you look at Cruz. He has the mindset of a champion. When he lost to Cody Garbrandt, and he did that post-fight press conference.
Oh my God.
That was one of the best post-fight press conference interviews I've ever seen in my life. He just walks out there and gives a fucking self-help personal growth.
He does. Fucking like something you'd show your kids, that, wouldn't it?
Fucking hell, now he's a champion, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and he's got the record to prove that he's the champion, just whether or not he's going to show up on fight night. Yeah,
it is. I mean, like you say, he's got the record, and he's been training as well. He said he feels better than ever. He's had shoulder surgery. He's been training. He's not like because I think a lot of the time he does get injured, Dominic Cruz, doesn't he? But I think it's because of his style as well. But he's not at the time, the normal 12-week training camp where he's grinding his body down to nothing and he can't recover fast enough. He's probably it's like the Bisping scenario. Bisping rolled out of the movie set, like started running. He said a short training camp was good for him. He just got some grafting, got some hard work in, and the next minute he was champ again. And I think we could see the same with Dominic Cruz, getting the strap around his stomach again. 100%.
100%. I mean, did you hear the story about Michael Bisping and Dominic Cruz? I think Bisping told it on a podcast the other week.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
That scalp's running off on me.
They were on like a night out or something, and they were talking about who's a better fighter and who, if they were in the same weight class or whatever. And Dominic Cruz stepped up to him and he was like, "Listen, punch me in the face right now. I guarantee you, I'll dodge out the way and punch you twice as fast as you punch me before that punch even comes back." Michael Bisping's like getting angry. He's looking at him like, You want me to actually punch you?" And Cruz is like, fucking, like, they're getting angry at each other. Cruz is like, "Punch me in the face, I'll dodge it and punch you twice." That's how confident he is.
Fucking hell.
That's against the weight. And Michael Bisping walking around, he must be at least a light heavyweight walking around just regular.
Easy. Yeah. Easy. He's an animal.
When he fights Cejudo, I've got Cruz. Cruz is going to beat him decision.
I like it, Cruz. And I think Cruz is the underdog in this, you know.
Is he the underdog on the betting sites as well?
Yeah, I think he's a big underdog, yeah.
I know Cejudo's good, but I just don't think he's as good as everyone says he is.
Yeah. Why don't we get an underdog bet going when we get the betting sites up too?
Oh, 100%. Got to.
But I'm with you. I think Cruz decision.
Yeah, Cruz decision. Let me write it down. Right, before we get onto the main event, do you want me to tell you our picks?
Yeah, go on. Let's go.
Okay, both of us have got Alvey, Mitchell, Luque.
Yeah.
You picked Hall.
Yeah.
I picked Jacare. You picked Waterson. I picked Esparza. We both picked Verdum. Then you picked Pettis. I picked Cerrone. I picked Hardy. You picked De Castro. Then we both picked Qatar. And then for Ngannou and Rosenstruik, we both, I picked Ngannou, you picked Rosenstruik, and now we've got Cruz. I think on that accumulator, yeah, with the next one that we're going to do, if we put a fucking 5 or a 10 on it, yeah, and that comes in, we'll be fucking millionaires. We'll be going to Vegas.
Yeah, I know. 100%. We're going to Florida. We're going to Fight Island, motherfucker.
Oh, that'd be sick. We'll be the commentators on Fight Islands. We'll be the backup. Right, Ferguson versus Gaethje.
Where do we start? Where do we start?
Oh, I mean, even though I'm gutted that he's not fighting Khabib, this is
Forget that.
a fucking unbelievable fight. Unbelievable. And you know what? If it was the Justin Gaethje turning up in his first few UFC fights, when he fought Eddie Alvarez, when he fought Dustin Poirier, when he fought Michael Johnson, I'd say Ferguson would wipe the floor with him. But because Gaethje started tightening stuff up a little bit more, he's fighting a lot more smarter. I honestly think Gaethje's going to knock him out in the first round. I think Tony Ferguson's chin is suspect. He gets hit a lot. I know he's got heart, but if you're out cold, you're out cold. And I think Gaethje's going to knock him out cold.
I mean, there's a real chance of it, that's for sure. But for me, my number one thing in this is you just look at the recovery on both of them. I mean, his UFC debut, Justin Gaethje, he got cracked by Michael Johnson. He got sat down on his ass, and it took him. He recovered, and there's not many people that would have recovered from that, because Michael Johnson, he causes a few people problems. And same with Ferguson, he does this weird thing where, I mean, let's be honest, he gets cracked every single fight, but his recovery. I was watching some of his fights back, and when he gets hit, he actually does a roly-poly. No, he does a roly-poly. That's what he does.
He just goes forward, like does the rollover.
He gets hit like Pettis. Pettis wobbled. Pettis knocked him down twice, I think. And on the second time, he literally did a roly-poly and then went straight for the ankle. And it's just the recovery on these two. For both of them, they're really going to take some finishing for me.
I know, I get that. And I know he's got heart, but I just feel like Gaethje, he's going to find the button and he's going to knock him out cold. It's not going to be like he rocks him and he comes back and does the jam roly-poly or whatever. He's just going to fucking knock him out cold. I think Ferguson's going to be surprised with how much power Gaethje has in his right hand. He's going to throw some leg kicks, take him to his right side, and then just knock him out.
Let's talk about his leg kicks, because they are
fucking... My God.
He's a savage, isn't he?
Oh my God, he's a bit. That's why I want Gaethje to fight Khabib so much, because he'll throw those leg kicks and take that wrestling base away from Khabib. I know obviously these two are fighting each other, but I feel like Gaethje is a problem for Ferguson, McGregor, Khabib, the whole division.
They're both a problem for everybody, but if we're going to go off tools, the way I'm looking at it is Gaethje's got them vicious leg kicks, but he uses the leg kicks and he throws them at a strange time, because they end up really close to each other, and then he's banging the leg kick, and he's actually got a few leg kick finishes. And he's got the knockout power. We both know out of these two, Gaethje's got the heavier hands. But when you look at Ferguson,
more volume.
The tool chest he's got with the elbows, the ground game, the Darce chokes, the neck attacks. He's got it, and he's got it, and he's a weathered fighter. He's done it all, he's seen it all, he gets cracked. But they both got good recovery. Yeah, it could go either way. Anything could happen. But did you see the interview with Justin Gaethje as well? He said he hopes Tony Ferguson breaks his nose. Yeah, he also breaks his nose. Who the fuck says that?
He doesn't give a shit, does he?
Animals.
He doesn't give a shit.
Absolute animals.
But the thing is, the past few fights for Gaethje, he's been an animal. He's been technical. He's been taking his time. But I feel like because the spotlight is on this fight so much, he'll go away from that base and he'll just brawl and he wants to show for the fans. And I don't want him to do that, because I feel like if he does that, he's in Ferguson's world, and Ferguson will just throw those elbows, slice up his face, make Gaethje tired, and finish him kind of like Dustin Poirier did.
Yeah, I mean, these two should have been fighting on April the 18th, shouldn't they? When that first got announced, I didn't like it for Justin Gaethje, because he's an all-or-nothing fighter, and he's got to have some beans in the tank, and he's got to go for 25 minutes and know that if he's fighting for 15 minutes, he's scrapping 100% for 15 minutes. There's no half measures with him. He's all or nothing. And when that first got announced on April the 18th, for me, I thought, right, Ferguson's got this in the bag. But he's had an extra 2-3 weeks now. He's probably got some tough training in. His body's ready. I mean, they both made weight today. His body's ready. I just think this could throw a spanner in the works for everybody that wants to see Ferguson and Khabib. This could be the spanner. I mean, you know me, what I think about the UFC. I say there's always going to be a new champ. There's always this upset. And there is always an upset. And this could be the upset of the century when it comes to UFC, because we might never, ever get to see the Khabib and Ferguson fight ever again, because Justin Gaethje might just throw a big spanner in the works.
I think he will, I really do think he does. Because did you hear what Justin Gaethje said in an interview about this fight? He said if it was Khabib he was fighting on short notice, he'd have said no.
Yeah,
but because
I've seen that.
Ferguson,
Why do you think that is, though?
I think because with someone like Khabib, you need to be on point with your wrestling, and you need to know you're stuffing all those takedowns. But with someone like Ferguson, he knows he's just going to stand and bang with him, and all he needs to do is knock him out.
Yeah, but also because Justin Gaethje is so game and he just wants to scrap, he comes in with his head down and his hands here, and he comes in with his head down. And Tony Ferguson, look at that picture. Look how long his arms are. He just wraps you. He'll just dash choke you. He'll take you down to the floor, and I can see him going for a couple of neck attacks. And if Gaethje has been grinding and grafting, and it's the third round, they've been going back and forth, and Gaethje's breathing heavy, I can see Ferguson subbing him.
Is that what you're calling, Ferguson to submit him?
No, I'm not calling that, but I can see it happening.
I know if Gaethje gets tired and then Ferguson wraps him up with his long arms, but I don't see Gaethje getting tired. I think he's going to fight smart, and he's going to come in there and he's going to catch him with the right hand after he throws a few leg kicks, and he's going to knock him out. And I don't think we'll ever see Ferguson versus Khabib.
No. Yeah. I agree with you. And another thing with Ferguson, he's wild, isn't he? He's just wild. How do you prefer? Like,
he's not like a crisp fighter. He's just like all over the place, but he works for him.
Yeah, he's very creative. He's wild. I don't think he knows what he's doing, to be honest. But my big thing when I've watched the Ferguson fights back, when he's getting hit and he's getting touched up, his chin is so far up in the air. And you just know that Justin Gaethje is just going to be looking to get in with that left hand, touch him, and then the right hand's coming over. And if he lands it on the chin, he might be able to do the forward roll and recover, but there's that slight chance where he can't recover from it, because Justin Gaethje, he hits people hard, doesn't he? You look at the James Vick knockout, when he knocked James Vick out, James Vick just looked dead on the floor.
Out cold.
Didn't know what day it was.
Yeah, but I feel like Ferguson, I know he's on it, what is it, a 13-fight win streak?
Yeah, 12 or 13, isn't it?
He's on this fight win streak, longest one in UFC right now. And I just feel like with Ferguson, as soon as he loses that first fight, which I feel like he's going to just because he gets caught all the time, he's going to be one of those fighters who just gets knocked out all the time after that. I feel like he's that close to being one of those fighters. I don't think he's as good as people say he is. I just think he's resilient and he's persistent and he just keeps on moving forward. But you can't keep moving forward when you get knocked out. And I feel like his chin won't be able to hold up.
Yeah, but his mindset's different than everybody else's. The way he trains is different than everybody else. You see him kicking steel beams and sharpening his elbows and saying he's sharpening the blades against the steel pipe. He's a different breed, isn't he?
How funny was Sean O'Malley's skit of him, his workout video?
Yeah. But you know what? People, I don't think Sean O'Malley was taking the piss out of him. He was just having a light-eyed joke, and he was funny, to be honest. But you can't take the piss out of him because he's just, it works for him.
I know, he's just weird. He's just a weird guy, but he takes that weirdness into the octagon with him. And like, how fucking crazy was it when during the press conference for Khabib versus Tony, one of the reporters asked him how his mental health was. And Tony just had his fucking baseball gloves on with his ball there and that. And he's just like, fuck you.
Yeah, well, do you know what I thought was funny? When Khabib and Tony are standing off and they're both looking at each other, and Tony's got his sunglasses on. Khabib's not got glasses on, and he goes to Khabib, take your sunglasses off. And Khabib's like, I don't have glasses on.
He's mad, isn't he?
He is, I tell you. But speaking of glasses, you know what? That leads on to a good little thing, that. Speaking of glasses, apparently when Gaethje came into the UFC, he had really, really, really bad eyes.
I heard about this, yeah, but he's had eye surgery now, hasn't he?
Yeah, and there was an interview saying that he had to be in contact with his opponent and be touching them and know where they were, enabled for him to land his shots. But now apparently he's got 20/20 vision. And Gaethje's in his last, if you look at his last 3 fights, he's had 3 knockouts in his last 3 fights against good opponents as well. But he doesn't seem as wild and as he's not just jumping into fire without thinking about it. He seems to a bit more calculated. He's choosing his shots. He seems to be getting in and out more. But I feel like he had to change his game a lot because of the losses when he had to Poirier, Eddie Alvarez.
Yeah.
And you know what? He was lucky to win against Michael Johnson. So I don't think he had to review his game and have a look and see what he needs to correct. But with him having the 2 losses, I just think he's changed his game big time. And I think it's just engaged time myself. I do.
If he was to come into this unbeaten and fight the way he fought Michael Johnson against Ferguson, I'd say Ferguson beats him. Just based on persistence and cardio and all that different stuff. But because Gaethje's taking his time now, I just think he's going to find an opening and knock him out cold.
I agree. I hate to say it though, because Ferguson's one of my favourites, but I just don't ever think we're going to see the Ferguson Khabib. And to be honest, if Gaethje pulls it out, I think Gaethje is a fucking problem for everybody.
Yeah, I agree. I'll put my hands up in the air and say, listen, I was completely wrong if Ferguson beats him. And I'll say he is one of the best lightweights, if not the best lightweight. But I just don't see him beating someone like Gaethje. Gaethje, oh my God, he's got power in his hands. He's got a good chin. He's persistent. He's got the same type of mentality as Tony does.
Yeah, but if Tony does win this fight, which is a big, big possibility, let's be honest. If he does win this fight, he's going to be out for a long time.
Why?
None of these are coming out of this unscathed. Both fighters are going to have injuries. Gaethje's going to be cut up. Ferguson's going to have some injuries. And even to get the next fight against Khabib, it might throw a spanner in the works, just even for the winner, just because you don't know what they're going to come out with and how badly injured they're going to be, and if they've got cuts and what have you.
I'm going in the opposite direction. I don't think they'll come out injured at all. I think Gaethje's going to come out and knock him out the first round, and he's going to come out unscathed.
Oh man, I can't wait! I cannot wait.
I might stay up for this, you know.
Should we do it and just get on the Viskies?
Do you want to do it and FaceTime each other and stay up for this?
I don't know. I'll see how I feel.
Stop being a little pussy, okay, Richard?
No, but it's nice, isn't it? Getting up fresh on a Sunday morning, skipping the adverts, because there's about 4 hours of adverts and 2 hours of fights.
But it's different watching it live than watching it the next day.
And it's different when you're watching your bets rolling in and out. That's another thing.
Yeah, exactly.
And do you know what? I'm due to win with my bets for the UFC. I've not won for a good 12 months.
Not won any at all?
No, I've not won on the UFC for a good while. I'd have to look back and have a look and see exactly where I was going wrong. In fact, I think the last Justin Gaethje card, I won, didn't I?
Who was he fighting then? Was it Cerrone?
Oh, no, actually, it must have been the fight before that. I think it was a James Vick. I think I won for that one, yeah.
That was a vicious knockout.
It certainly was.
But what was saying this?
I'm with you. I'm saying Gaethje.
Gaethje. Yeah, Gaethje, I'm writing this down, man. I never know how to spell his fucking second
name. I know. Don't look and tell me how to spell his name.
G-A...
It's hard.
I've got it written down already. What I'm going to do, is you share your screen, I'll tell you these picks, and then we'll do a little accumulator and see how much we can make off this.
Let's do it.
Right, 1 sec.
Yeah, but who's are we going with? Oh, we're doing both. Let's do both, yeah?
Yeah, let's do both of them. Right. All right, do you want to share your screen?
Oh, right.
Oh, shit.
To win fight. Right, let's do...
Okay, so...
Do yours first.
Alvey. Mitchell.
Alvey's a big underdog there, isn't he?
Shit,
Alvey.
But as you say, the underdogs always win.
Right, go on. Luque, you said?
Alvey, Mitchell, Luque.
Yeah.
Jacare.
1 second. Scroll down here. Jacare.
Esparza.
Sparza.
Verdum.
Cerrone.
Hardy. Qatar.
Qatar's favourite there. Jeremy Stevens, underdog. It's a good bet, that.
I thought it would have been a pick him. We got Ngannou,
Ngannou.
Cruz. Oh my God, Cruz is the underdog. That's mad.
Bet on it.
And Gaethje
Gaethje.
the underdog. Oh man, how much are we gonna make on this?
1 second.
1,000. So if you put a tenner, would it be 18 grand?
Just need to move this. What you having? 10? 5.
How much is that? 9,400.
£66, 11 pence.
Nice.
Right, so that's yours. Start at the top again. Go on, run me through mine.
Wait, can we just say if we win that, that's 9,000, 9.5 grand, just like that.
Yeah, and when everything opens back up and the UFC is putting it back on, we're going to get out there and get to a few events. Yeah, we'll get to a few events.
All right, so your picks: Alvi, Mitchell, Luque,
yeah,
Uriah Hall,
yeah.
Michelle Waterson.
1 second. Yeah.
Verdum.
Yeah.
Pettis. De Castro.
Yeah.
Qatar.
Yeah.
Rosenstruik.
Yeah.
Cruz, Gaethje.
Cruz, Gaethje. Oof, look at this.
Oh my God, 9,000 to 1 have you got for that?
45 G's, baby! Imagine that one coming in.
Oh my God.
45,000, £121.80.
Who was such an underdog? Why is yours so much more?
Just pulled myself on fucking high. Oh, shit, man. Got excited with the 45 grand. Right, let's put that on.
Fucking hell, 45 grand. That's mad. So do you want me to transfer you 5 and do half for each bet?
Fucking gonna have to take me to hospital here. Do you know when you port yourself in your eye, but your eyelashes go inside your eye?
No.
Fuck, man, don't try that. Don't try that at home, kids.
Wait, so am I transferring you 5 for half of that bet and half of the next bet, yeah?
I think you owe me 25 anyway, don't you?
All right, so I owe you...
You don't really.
I owe you money from the last bet as well.
Right, listen, stop worrying about that. We've got £10, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to pick some of the underdogs and we're going to pick an underdog bet here. Right, start from there. Who's big underdog? I mean, you look at Alvi there.
Underdog.
Let's go Alvi.
That kind of puts me off, though.
Not wanted. We've got to agree. We've got to both agree on this one.
No, Alvi. I don't think he'll win. Right. I know I picked him, but I think Nico Price, that's a good bet to put on.
Yeah, we'll go Nico Price.
Waterson, you've already got.
Yeah, well, this is a separate bet, isn't it? Are we
Olenek, 100% Olenek. He could beat Verdum. Verdum might be rusty.
Yeah. Jeremy Stevens.
Oh,
he could, you know. We've got to put him on, haven't we?
Easily. But also, we can add a bet to this. So you pick the round as well. Because the accumulator shoots way up when you do that.
So what do you want to do? This is a £5 one and the other one is a £5 one.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Fucking bankroll me. Are we going Rosenstruik?
Yeah.
Yeah, he could win that, couldn't he?
And I think you do a round bet for Ferguson versus Gaethje.
Why don't we do how the fight will get finished just for the main card? Or do you reckon we do for the prelims as well?
I mean, I've just got a feeling for the main event. I honestly feel like Gaethje's going to knock him out the first round.
Oh, okay. Right. Cruz, we want Cruz in there. We want Gaethje in there. What about the Hardy one? Are we leaving that out? Swerve that.
Yeah. Nah, I reckon you picked De Castro.
We've got 6. We've got 6 full there, and it's nearly 1,000 to 1.
Fucking hell. Do you not want to put De Castro in there? See how much that goes up if you put him in?
Oof. Fuck it. Let's roll with it. 7 fights. The underdog bet. £5, 12 grand to return. Let's go.
Wait, can you imagine one of these comes through?
Fucking hell.
That would be incredible.
We're getting a new laptop. Jesus, I had to blow cobwebs off this one before.
Imagine you wake up, you go and you bet 365. And
refresh. Boom, 45 grand. Fight outcome. Maybe fight outcome. Fight outcome, yeah, or round betting. Fight outcome.
Oh yeah, can you pick that for the round as well though? Or do you have to do that on the rounds?
Method and round combination.
There we go. Wow, Cruz to beat him in the first round, 34-1.
That's never going to happen though, is it?
Remember when Demetrius Johnson did the latest submission finish in UFC history? Imagine you put a bet on that then.
Fucking hell, no. Imagine. Right, what we're doing with this one?
Scroll down to Gaethje Ferguson. What's that? Oh, is it only 8-1 for Gaethje to finish in first round?
Yeah, he's a banger, isn't he? He's got 3 finishes in first round. Odds are going to be shit. No.
But when you do an accumulator with that.
Is that what we're having?
Yeah.
What about this Henry Cejudo one? Maybe we mix it up.
What do you think?
Cejudo win on a bet.
I mean, you could definitely
for a finish. Because Cruz isn't finishing a fight. But I'd say Cejudo could finish him because he's powerful, isn't he?
So what are you going to pick? Has Cejudo got any submission wins?
No, I don't think so. He might have a couple here and there, but he's not big on it, is he?
But look at those odds.
Do you want to go with the sub?
That's what I'm thinking, yeah. Round and sub.
Go on.
Submission round 4, 51-1.
Fucking hell. Been millionaires for this bet. Where's the other fights? Why are there only 2 fights there?
Is it not letting you do the rest of them?
No, I can't do it. Unless we just do fight outcomes on the other one.
Yeah, just do fight outcomes, the rest of them.
Right, I think Watson will finish it by KO or TKO.
Do it. Or submission, that is as well. That's good.
Pettis, I think Pettis will get the finish, but it's shocking odds that. Should we swear at that?
Oh, yeah, definitely. What's that, 2.5-1?
Mm-hmm.
Right, got the decision. 9 I mean, that's not bad, that, for Olenek.
I can't see decision. Imagine these fighting 15 minutes, he'll be fucked. And when we grappled for like 12 seconds, you couldn't breathe.
Oh, yeah, I need to work on my cardio, mate.
Fucking hell. Right, what we're doing, I don't like the odds on these.
I know, they're not the best, are they?
Fucking hell, Stevens by decision. That's not a bad bet.
Qatar just gets better, I feel.
What about this? A draw.
I mean, if any fight's going to draw, I feel like it could be that one.
Should we do it?
Fuck it. What will that go up to? Oh, imagine. Imagine just put a pound on that.
The odds are going to be bad on this. Getting Garni, fucking hell. No point us betting on that, is there? Is that it then? And it's only 4 fights out. Anything could happen. You know it. Anything could happen.
Do it.
Let's see what we get off this. £1,321,920.
Imagine that fucking comes in.
Boom, done. Bet placed.
That's mad.
Oh man, listen. I know we've talked UFC and we've gone back and forth, but I need to fucking show you this.
Go on.
I mean, the world. What the fuck? The world's coming to. I will not know after seeing this video. It's happened in Indonesia. Oh, let's just sort it so. Man,
what's Game of Thrones showing there? That's the browser game. What's that, a fucking lizard? Oh, Game of Thrones.
Watch this.
What the fuck is that? A raccoon?
It's a fucking monkey.
Is that a monkey?
Zach, it's a monkey, and a monkey rides a fucking motorcycle next to the kid and tries kidnapping the kid. Watch. He
Is
rides.
that a monkey on a motorcycle?
Watch. Watch him throw the bike down.
Oh my god!
How fucking crazy is that?
Is that do like gangs like train these monkeys to do that?
Oh, I've no idea, but that's fucked up, innit?
That's fucking mad.
Oh, let's get this off. Stop share.
The stuff you see online is crazy, isn't it?
There's only one winner in everything.
Go on.
The internet. What would we do? What would we do? Just the internet's the winner in everything.
What the fuck are you on about?
Listen, we'd be fucked without the internet. The internet's fucking great.
Shit, man. I can't believe a monkey tried to... That's horrible. Monkey tried to steal a kid.
Fucked up, like, innit? What do you mean, monkey? Wait. What are you on about? A monkey tries to steal the kid. It rolled up on a fucking motorcycle. I know it was a plastic one, but it just rolled up on a motorcycle, jumped off and said, "You're mine, kid, come here."
Mad. You got any more videos like that?
No, not right now, but listen, this has been good, hasn't it?
It's been very good. It's been very good. Hopefully, this time Sunday, we'll be millionaires from those bets.
Coining it in.
Fight Island. We'll be able to buy Fight Island with that.
Fingers crossed. But yeah, it's been episode 1 of the Commonsenseless podcast with Zach, Richard. I think that's it, Zach. Called the LoveRat. We didn't
even mention the name of the podcast at the beginning of this podcast.
Man, come on then. Tell us. Tell me about the podcast.
This is the first one in a shit ton of podcasts that Richard and me are going to be doing. It's called the Commonsenseless podcast. Richard came up with it because he's got no common sense whatsoever. And this is episode 1. We've done what? 2 hours?
Have we done 2 hours?
What time did we start? 4 o'clock?
I don't know.
An hour and a half?
Yeah, it was a bit later. I don't know. An hour and a half. And it's gone fast, hasn't it?
Easy work. We're a little bit rusty at the beginning, but you know what? Bear with us. We'll get better.
We will get better. Time will tell. Listen, if you've listened to this, thanks for getting to the end. And episode 2, we're going to break the fights down again because the UFC is on Wednesday, Saturday. But the next episode, we'll probably break our bets down, talk about some fights. I'm sure there's going to be loads of drama and we'll see what happens. But this is the Commonsenseless podcast with the LoveRat. Over and out.
Thank you for watching.
Peace, brother. Speak to you soon.
See you in a bit.